Hi there. Another vinyl update as usual. Actually, I don't seem to do anything else but vinyl updates. But then again, if you find this many records, you need to do an update because otherwise it'll just turn into this humongous backlog. Let's get started. Try to do this quickly. These are all thrift finds, and the majority of it is pretty like I don't know these artists. I've never heard of them. A lot of them I do know, obviously, but there's a lot of artists in here that I've never heard of, and yeah, it's uh, it's cool stuff. Let's get started. Put this here. Yeah. First batch is from a thrift store I went to when I wasn't feeling that well. I'm not gonna say I skipped work. I worked half a day and then I went home um, after I went to the thrift store. Yeah, even when I'm not feeling that well, I go to thrift stores. I picked up this one. This is Patty Brooks and the Simon Orchestra with Love Shook. There's the price, as you can see, still on there. €1. This is on the world famous Casablanca label. It's either Kiss or it's Disco. I don't think this is Kiss. But yeah, I picked this up. It can be good, it can be terrible. That's the thing with disco. Then we have the hilarious Spike Jones. This is on Pickwick. It's pretty torn, as you can see. Also a buck. I think I have most of these tracks, but I never leave behind a Spike Jones album. I just love Spike Jones. For those who don't know, he's sort of a big band leader that made crazy music, like cartoon music. It's the best way to describe it. If you have those cartoons from the 40s and 50s, he makes the similar kind of music. Some more disco slash soul slash whatever. I don't know. This is Roy C. More Sex, More Soul. This is on the Mercury label, 1977. Again, a buck. Looked interesting. Can't say nothing about it. Haven't heard it yet, but it's Roy C. And here we have some earlier soul music. This is Danny Williams. With You in Mind. Again, €1. This is on United Artists label, US pressing. Probably mid-60s. There's no date on here, but I'm guessing 64. Don't know Danny Williams, but interesting. I do know Brook Benton. This is an album he did in 1972. It's called Storyteller. He's sort of a jazz vocalist. Yeah. On Cotillion. US pressing again. Could be a little bit more funky than his normal stuff, but I haven't heard it yet. Then I also picked up this record. This is Reuben How Old, self-titled album. It's on Motown, 1973. I need to use a different inner sleeve because the record is falling out. And also here. See? It's destroyed pretty much, the sleeve. But again, don't know what it sounds like. Could be interesting. No idea. Reuben How Old. Then this is still the same thrift store, so it's actually a pretty damn good haul. Picked up Blood, Sweat and Tears 3. Gatefold, Dutch pressing on CBS. 1969, I believe. Let's check it. It's 1970. Blood, Sweat and Tears 3. Yeah, a lot of people put them down like me. But it's got Lucretia McEvil. Oh, that's such a good track. Yeah, that's worth this record alone. Then a couple of compilations. These are the last two from that thrift haul. Two compilations by soul artists. This is an Otis Redding comp called Star Collection. This is on a label called MIDI. Came out in 1973. It's got most, if not all, of his big hits. Happy Song is on here. Duck of the Bay. I don't know. It's a cheapo. MIDI, by the way, were a label that released probably cheaply music from the Atlantic catalog. And then on the last record from this little batch is this Four Tops Motown Special record. Compilation came out in 1970. 70 something, I guess. I don't know, doesn't say. But yeah, as you can see, there were a whole bunch of these. Ugly ass covers, but it's good music. The next records, the next four were from another thrift store that I went to last Tuesday. These were $1, with the exception of one. Earl Garner, Place for Dancing. US pressing is destroyed, but the sleeve it is. 6i Columbia. Came out in 1957, I think. Earl Garner, not really my favorite jazz musician. He's a jazz pianist, if I'm not mistaken. But I really love the cover. This is a great, great cover. So I'll give it a shot. Pick this up. Don't know if this is any interesting. Let's see what's in here. The record didn't fit in there. Let's see that first. And John F. Kennedy dollar. Advertisement for that. That has nothing to do with the record. Because the record is Perez Prado y Carlos Molina on Mexico. Yeah, that's Perez Prado and Carlos Molina doing Mexican music. Don't know if it's more the Perez Prado way or mariachi type music. It's on Coronet Records. I enjoy Perez Prado, so I pick it up when I see it. Don't know what it sounds like. Good update, huh? Ugh, don't know what it sounds like. Don't know what any of these records sound like. This I had to pick up. The same thrift store, they have this glass cabinet where they, a big glass cabinet where they put everything that they price a little bit up. And previous times when I went there, there were really rare psychedelic records in there, but they were asking like 40 or 50 euros. I'm like, ew. Probably should have gotten them because they're probably worth like 100. Never did that. Maybe it's here, like, I don't want to spend more than this amount of money on records at a thrift store. This one was $3. in the glass cabinet, but I had to have this. This is Destination Sun by Sun. Look at that cover. Wow, that's amazing. It becomes even cooler on the backside. Look at that. That's like straight from Battlestar Galactica. What we have here is a album by a funk group. This is on Capitol, red Capitol label. It's a US pressing. They're a funk label, and this is their release from 1979. So it should be a little bit more disco-y, but I'm willing to forgive that just based on the cover. Pretty damn cool. Yeah, don't know much about this band. I've seen pictures of their music, of their records on Instagram, so now I have a Sun record. More funky disco. That's Everybody's Dancing by Kool and the Gang. This is from 1978. It's on D-Lite, obviously. It needs some gluing. This is the French edition. Yeah, pick this up for $1. Can't go wrong with Kool and the Gang. So that was that thrift store. And before I went home, I dropped by another thrift store. And I found 3 fusion records. So that's pretty cool, is it? First up, Hammer, Black Sheep. This is on Asylum. Here we have John Hammer, or Jan Hammer. I think I've heard this, and I wasn't really that impressed by it, but came out in 1979. But it's a pretty cool cover, so I need to re-listen to this. Then I found this one. This is Koinonia with Celebration. This came out in 1984. It's on the Breaker label. Came out in 84, like I said, and it's fusion. No idea what kind of fusion, if it's more funky or rock. I'm guessing a little bit more Latin fusion, but we'll see. And the last one is probably the most expensive out of this bunch. I'm going to sit down a little bit for this. Checked it out. I think the first European seller of this record asks 40 euros. I paid €2.50. And that's this one. This is Severance. Self-titled album. Came out in 1976. Comes in the original inner sleeve. It's on the Largo label. A label I've never heard of. But this apparently is a little bit more jazz funk. But that cover, just freaking amazing. Cool. So that's my update. I tried to keep it short. I managed. It's under 15 minutes, so that's a good thing. I'm going upstairs, get some cleaning materials and clean some records. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.